Hi, my name is Candra and I'm the Senior Air Support at Bukit Vista. Welcome back again with me, Candra. I'm so excited today as we would like to discuss the most interesting materials as an air support, which is mastering reservations. This is one of my favorite activities. I would split the materials into two videos. Today we will discuss the basic of the reservations, and on the next video we will discuss the journey of the bookings. For me, mastering reservations would be a little bit complicated, but once you do it, it's like playing a fun and challenging game. Sounds interesting, right? Let's get started then. First thing first, before managing the reservations, let's get familiar with the marketplace that is used by Bukit Vista in marketing our properties. Currently, we are using 4 different OTA, which is Airbnb, Booking.com, Agoda, and Expedia. The biggest marketplace that we use is Airbnb. Second one is Booking.com. The third position is Agoda, and the last one is Expedia. All properties under our management are listed on Airbnb, but only some of them that would be listed on different OTA as well. Usually, the decision to list a property in different OTA at once is based on how effective it is on Airbnb. If a property does not get a lot of booking from Airbnb as an example, we will start to list that property in different OTA to expanding the opportunity of getting more bookings. Just a heads up, this video will focus on how to manage reservation on Airbnb. Currently, we have 16 profiles on Airbnb. They are Jing and Wayana, Wayana and Bukit Vista, Jing and Bukit Vista, Bayu and Wayana, Bastian and Wayana, Chris and Wayana, Diwan and Jing, Tendi and Bukit Vista, Adventurous Account, Ara and Bukit Vista, Nungki and Ara, Gabe and Bukit Vista, Emil and Bukit Vista, Emil and Wayana, Cynthia and Wayana, and Chandra. I know that maybe you will ask, why do we have a lot of profiles on Airbnb? It actually could be traced back to history when Bukit Vista started. Back then, the rules for the host is much more complicated compared to the nowadays rules. So if you are a host and you are violating one's hosting standard, Airbnb would just close down or suspend the whole profile instead of pausing one listing like what they do today. Therefore, the founders think that they need more than one profile as a backup if one profile is being suspended by Airbnb. But now, the different profile is used to differentiate the type of the property and also the area. As an example, Emil and Wayana profile is focusing to list Nusa Penida properties. Jing and Wayana profile is focusing to list villa type property, so on and so forth. Okay, let's moving on to the next topic, which is type of reservations. So there are 3 types of reservation on Airbnb. The first one is instant book. Yep, we could turn on the instant book setting on Airbnb listing, so the guest could proceed the booking without the need of confirmation from our side. Most of our properties are instant bookable, but must be remembered that instant book could not be applied to some condition, such as first, properties that does not have a clear availability. Second, it could not be applied to multiple listing. So, how we know that a reservation is an instant book reservations? You can detect an instant book reservation on Gmail on tab Updates. Take a look on the picture as reference. The other way to detect an instant book reservation is on Airbnb message. In the message thread, you can't find previous message before booking confirmed status. Okay, so what do we have to do next with an instant book reservations? The first one is sending a welcome message. Second one, Replay their questions thoroughly, in details and friendly manner. No worries, our instant book reservations would be automatically updated on Tokit calendar. Second type of reservation on Airbnb is booking requests. Booking requests happened because we could not turn on the instant book setting on Airbnb listing. Therefore, any guest who would like to book have to send a booking request. In response, we as the host need to decline or accept the booking request within 24 hours. You can detect booking requests on Update tab of Gmail. Usually the email started with subject pending reservation. Okay, let's break down one by one the booking request structure. There are 4 important parts and you can take a look on the picture as reference. Number 1 is time counter. It is to let us know how long is this request has been sent by the guest waiting for our response. We have 24 hours to respond the booking request. Number 2, accept button. Before accepting a request, make sure that you have double-checked the availability. Number 3, decline button. We sometimes find out that the guest requested listing is unavailable. Therefore, we have to decline the request rather than having it expired. Number 4, message button. It will lead to the page where we can communicate with the guests, answering their questions, offering the alternative when the requested listing is unavailable, and to give them a welcome letter with a detailed address if we accept the request. The last type of reservations on Airbnb is inquiry. Inquiry is when the guest sending a message to a host asking one or several questions related to a property. In response, we as the host need to reply the message, answering their questions, sending pre-approval if the dates are available, and or sending a special offer. Inquiry means the guest is interested to stay in our listing, but they still have some doubts and questions in mind before proceeding the booking. The difference between inquiry and booking request is if booking request, the guest is ready to make a booking, but we as the host still need to double check about the availability. But inquiry means that we as the host is ready to hosting the guest, but the guest still have some doubt in proceeding the booking. You can detect an inquiry on Update tab of Gmail. Usually the email started with subject inquiry for continue with the name of the listing. Now let's break down one by one the structure of an inquiry on Airbnb. You can take a look on the picture as reference. Number 1 is time counter. It is the same with booking requests. We have 24 hours to respond to the guest inquiry before it becomes expired. Number 2 is pre-approved button. It is one way to respond to a new guest inquiry. Pre-approval should always be sent to any inquiry if the requested dates are available. Number 3, special offer button. It is another way to respond to a new guest inquiry. We use this option if the inquired listing is unavailable and we want to send an alternative listing under the same profile for their considerations. Number 4 is message space. It is where we message the guests informing them the status of their inquiry and also to answer any of their questions clearly and accurately to help the guests eliminating their doubts and confidently reserve our listing. In terms of inquiry, make sure that you give a clear and informative answers related to the guest questions or concerns. If you need more info about a property, you can refer back to the listing or you can visit Partner Relationship Management Trello board. An inquiry should be closed with some actions. If the dates are available, you can close a new inquiry with sending pre-approval. If the dates are not available, you can give them suggestions through special offer if the listing is under the same profile, or send them the link via message thread if the listing is not under the same profile. Okay, let's talk about cross-selling. In the previous scenes, we have discussed about sending special offer and sending an alternative link if a certain property is not available. Yep, that activity is called as cross-selling. Now, the biggest question is maybe, which property did you have to offer? In terms of cross-selling, in terms of sending alternative properties for the guest to book, you could not just pick a random property. What you have to do is offering them a family listing. It is then triggering another questions. How could you decide a family listing? No worries, there are some considerations that you can take. The first one, the family listing that you pick have a similar design with the property that the guest would like to book. Second consideration that you can use is the family listing you pick located in the same area. And the third consideration is pricing wise. So the family listing has a similar price with the property that the guests want to book. In offering a family listing, you have to sound convincing enough to make the guest interested with your suggestions. There are some tips that you can do. First one, you can offering more than one family listing. Second, you have to explain the benefit of staying in the proposed property. And the third, you need to give them a price quotations. Another function of cross-selling is not only for offering the guest if a property does not available. You can do cross-selling as well if you think you have a much more suitable property with the guest need. On the next scene, I will give you a simulation on how to do a cross-selling. Stay tuned. Okay, this is the simulation on how to do the cross-selling. So usually cross-selling is being done when a certain property that the guest want is not available, so you need to offer them another family listing. But sometimes, even though the property is available, you think you have another better offer that would fit the guest need much better. If that's the case, then you just go ahead. You can offer the guest another listing that you want. So here I have Olivier. He inquired in Atravitata, one of our best-selling in Umalas. So the first thing that you have to do is addressing the guest, of course. I will offer Olivier another listing because I think I have another offer that would best suited with Olivier's need. Hi, Olivier. You can do some intro like thanks. You can change the intro as what you like. Then, before you offering another listing, you can answer the inquiry first. So, Olivier asking about the possibility of visit the house. It is possible, so I would just say yes, it is possible. And I'm asking about when he want to visit, so we can arrange it as well to the on-site team. Then going into the cross-selling. So you send the link of the property that you want to offer. You can just go to the bigger, and here I would like to offer me villa because it's a private and a little bit similar with Atra Vitata. Okay, don't forget to give the benefits of staying in the property that you offer. So Mi Villa is having private pool. And don't forget as well to inform the price. Last part is you need to give the guest access to respond to your offer. That's why you need to opening the space like and it's done. Last thing is don't forget to put a sign, and you can just click send. Okay, so moving on to the next section is basic reservation do's and don'ts. So in big reservations, there are some basic rules that you need to note. First one, always put clear and informative answers to any inquiries. If you don't know the answers yet, you can just say, hey, I will check your questions and will get back to you as soon as possible. But remember to always get back to them with some answers. Second, maintain the response rates. Do not ever let a booking request or inquiries expire. Means that you need to respond to the booking request or inquiries within 24 hours. Third, never decline an inquiry. You can decline a booking request, but you could not decline inquiry. Fourth one, put your sign every time you answer inquiry. So you need to put your sign at the end of your message to the guest. And the fourth one is, if the property is not available or you have a better offer to the guest, always do the cross-selling. Okay, that's all for the basic reservation today. It's a quite long video, yeah? But I hope through this video you get the big picture on how reservation is conducted on Airbnb. And I hope this video will guide you as well to be fluent on the subject. No worries, take your time, don't be in rush. I know you will get there soon. We will still have another materials on reservation, which is the journey of the booking, and we will catch up that on the next video. Thanks for taking this learning video. Stay sharp and stay chill. See you in the next video.